providing Usyk doesn't try and be too entertaining and too
undefeated, beating a few undefeated guys. So a lot of people can look at someone who's got 1,000 followers and think that's an easy fight, but this is world level boxing. You don't become mandatory for no reason. So
wait, is your eye okay? How'd that happen? Who are you sparring?
I'm sparring a bunch of world champion heavyweights. I think Lawrence Okolie did that to me. He's like 6'6", 270.
Anthony Joshua mocks Jake Paul after being knocked out in sparring, and it's savage. AJ made Paul look like an amateur, completely humiliated in front of everyone. The knockout wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. Fans are calling it a public dismantling, proving that flashy YouTubers don't belong in the ring with true champions.
Underestimate certain fighters and fighters that should never beat a certain guy.
Anthony Joshua isn't holding back. He's calling out the disrespect, making it clear that fighters like Jake Paul, who skip the system, don't belong in the pro ranks. AJ's words hit hard. He's not just defending his sport, he's exposing Paul's hype as empty. This is a masterclass in humiliation, showing why true champions demand respect.
Hardcores, they don't like it because it's like, why are they disrespecting our sport? There's an Olympic system that you have to go through, and once you're qualified there, then you go through to the professional ranks. Whereas someone with a profile can just come out of nowhere and fight one of the best guys.
Jake Paul's sparring disaster just went viral. Getting rocked by Lawrence Okolie, a legit heavyweight, shows Paul is way out of his depth. Fans are laughing, calling it a public wake-up call. Flashy social media hype doesn't stand a chance against real pros. This knockout humiliates him and proves AJ's dominance isn't a joke.
Wait, is your eye okay? How'd that happen? Who are you sparring?
I'm sparring a bunch of world champion heavyweights. I think Lawrence Okolie did that to me. He's like 6'6", 270.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, what are you weighing right now?
I'm like 215.
What's AJ's weight, 220?
He'll be like 250 in the ring.
Huh? 250?
Yeah.
Jake, 250 pounds is gonna fight at.
Yeah. It's definitely a pretty wild fight, my brother.
Lawrence Okolie isn't holding back. He straight up exposes Jake Paul, calling him unskilled and admitting he KO'd him in sparring. Fans are loving this savage honesty. Paul's hype is officially shattered. Athleticism and technique clearly beat showmanship, and AJ watching this must be smiling knowing Paul's star power crumbles against real boxing talent.
you've got bigger head guards, bigger gloves, so stuff like speed and like athleticism plays more of a factor because you're able.
Derek Chisora breaks it down. Sparring KOs like Jake Paul's are brutal lessons. It's not just about getting hit, it's about understanding your mistakes. Fans are calling this a public schooling. Paul looked lost, humbled, and completely exposed. AJ's dominance in the ring is reinforced, showing why YouTubers can't match real champions' skill and intelligence.
It's totally different. Sparring, you're there to learn. So the guy you knocked out in sparring, he's understanding, okay, I did this silly move, that's how I got knocked out. So I'm gonna have to stop doing these silly moves so I don't get knocked out. So what?
Eddie Hearn praises AJ's relentless grind. Training day in, day out with high-level sparring isn't just practice, it's dominance school. Fans are seeing why Paul crumbled. He lacks this commitment. Joshua's preparation is next level, turning sparring lessons into real fight power. This is the blueprint that separates legends from hype-driven celebrities.
Great guys in camp, living in camp, training with him day in, day out. And it made a big difference in the fights. I think he knows that the way that he's going to improve is time in the gym and also the quality.
Lawrence Okolie isn't holding back. He exposes Jake Paul for the world. KO'd in sparring, lacking skills, and outclassed by speed and athleticism, Paul's hype collapses. Fans are loving this savage honesty. AJ's camp must be grinning. Real boxers don't just throw punches, they dominate, humiliate, and show the difference between social media fame and true elite skill.
Bigger gloves, so stuff like speed and like athleticism plays more of a factor because you're able to move in and out. And
Frank Warren highlights the stakes. Closed-door sparring isn't just training, it's a glimpse of the biggest fight ever. Fans are buzzing. After seeing Paul humiliated, the anticipation for AJ's potential showdown skyrockets. This isn't a YouTube stunt. Real champions prepare, dominate, and send clear warnings to anyone stepping into their world.
See the sense of it. What do you want to go sparring for? Behind closed doors. Let all the fans see it. Do it in a ring, get paid for it. I mean, it's been the biggest fight ever.
Jake Paul openly admits fear, and it's no surprise. Anthony Joshua's knockout power is legendary, having ended fights in seconds against icons like Klitschko and Usyk. Fans are buzzing over Paul's candid reaction, which exposes just how outclassed he truly is. AJ isn't just a fighter, he's a machine built to dominate. This moment proves hype doesn't translate to skill, and Paul's bravado crumbles under the weight of a real champion. Every punch Joshua throws carries the authority of an Olympic gold medalist, reminding the world why stepping into his ring is a whole different level of danger.
That have literally ended in seconds. He fought legends: Klitschko, Usyk, Ruiz, Ngannou.
Biggest shot I have seen live.
I'm not gonna lie.
David Haye doesn't mince words. Jake Paul is nowhere near Anthony Joshua's level. Physically, mentally, and technically, Paul is a fraction of what AJ represents. Fans are shocked seeing how enormous and dominant Joshua looks in comparison. This isn't just about hype or social media fame. Real boxing demands size, strength, and elite skill, all of which AJ possesses in abundance. The difference is so stark that even standing next to him, Paul's limitations are obvious. Hayes' analysis reinforces the narrative. Paul might have YouTube fame, but in a real fight against AJ, he's completely outmatched.
Jake Paul can come 15-20% in regards to Anthony Joshua. He's a completely different specimen. Look, you'll see what it looks like when they stand next to each other.
Ade Oladipo perfectly frames the matchup. This is David versus Goliath. Jake Paul may be big for a YouTuber at 6'1" and 220 pounds, but Anthony Joshua towers over him as a true heavyweight powerhouse. Fans are seeing the size difference as a visual testament to why AJ dominates. It's not just skill, it's the combination of enormous size, elite technique, and knockout power. Paul's bravado looks almost comical next to Joshua's imposing presence. Every angle shows the mismatch, reinforcing that stepping into the ring with AJ is a monumental challenge no flashy personality can overcome.
Two of the nicest two heavyweights I've sat down with, that I've been around in a long time, Fabio Wardley and Joseph Parker. So for this to come out about one of them, it's just a bit heartbreaking, if I'm honest with you. It really is. But look, let's see. Let's give Joseph Parker the benefit of the doubt and let's see what his team say. Let's see what he has to say. Joseph Parker isn't one, I think, to shy away from things. So let's see what he has to say about this. But at the time of filming this, as I said, just gone 11:30, no statement from anyone around him, no statement from anyone on his team. So yeah, I guess they're gonna have to release a statement today. They're gonna have to, or everyone's just gonna...
David Adeli perfectly captures the shocking reality. Anthony Joshua hits harder than almost anyone anticipates. Fans watching sparring footage of Jake Paul being humiliated understand why. Joshua isn't just technically brilliant, his power is terrifying. Even seasoned pros know his punches carry game-changing force. Paul's knockout in sparring wasn't just a lesson, it was a full-blown masterclass in dominance. This is the stark reality of facing an Olympic gold medalist and heavyweight champion. AJ's combination of skill, timing, and power leaves flashy personalities like Paul exposed, humiliated, and completely outmatched in the eyes of fans worldwide.
Or even that he's not good at.
He hits harder than people expect, I think. I think a lot of people, obviously, they pick up on his boxing and how good of a boxer he is, but he hits harder than people expect.
Derek Chisora doesn't mince words. This fight would be a complete mismatch. Fans are buzzing as he predicts AJ won't just win, he'll dominate and utterly smoke Jake Paul. The sparring footage proves it. Paul is outclassed, humiliated, and exposed. Chisora's analysis reinforces the brutal truth. Joshua's skill, power, and experience make any hope of Paul surviving this bout laughable. This isn't hype, it's reality. Fans are calling it a public schooling, with Joshua positioned as untouchable. Every punch, every movement shows why Paul's bravado collapses under the weight of true championship talent.
Easy fight for him. And I think this should be laid to rest, because I don't think AJ's going to go in and try and pat. AJ's going to smoke him.
Tony Bellew lays it out bluntly. Anthony Joshua isn't just bigger, he's a colossal force, towering over Jake Paul by inches and pounds. Fans are astounded at the sheer mismatch. Paul's bravado is almost comical next to AJ's Olympic-honed power and physique. Bellew's perspective is chilling once 10 ounces gloves go on. Paul's hype disappears. The reality is harsh. Paul faces a mountain of skill, experience, and knockout power. Every punch AJ throws will carry weight, precision, and authority. Fans are already predicting a brutal schooling, and the sparring footage only reinforces it. This isn't hype, it's a warning to all YouTube stars thinking they can step up to true champions. Paul might have courage, but courage alone won't save him from an onslaught of power, technique, and raw dominance.
Anthony Joshua, who's now 5 inches bigger than you, maybe more, or 4 or 5 inches bigger, and about 100 pounds heavier. You just don't go from there right up to there. I don't believe it. And I won't believe it until the two of them got 10-ounce gloves on in a boxing ring. Because if Anthony Joshua puts 10-ounce gloves on and gets in a boxing ring and Jake Paul is in the other corner, this won't last long.
Sam Jones doesn't sugarcoat it. AJ's right hand is terrifying, capable of ending fights instantly. Fans are buzzing, realizing that Paul isn't just outclassed, he's in real danger. Comparing him to Ngannou shows the raw, crushing power AJ carries. Jake Paul's bravado and YouTube fame vanish the moment that glove lands. The knockout in Sparring was a preview, a public humiliation, a taste of what real champions do. Every analysis reinforces the same story. Skill, experience, and knockout ability make AJ untouchable. Fans are glued to every word, imagining Paul's inevitable exposure in a full fight. This isn't entertainment, it's a brutal reality check.
Listen, we can all joke, but nobody wants any permanent damage to happen to Jake Paul. But if Anthony Joshua hits Jake Paul with the right hand he hit Francis Ngannou with, he could brown bread him.
Moses Itaoma strikes the perfect balance. He praises Jake Paul for his effort, but reality bites hard. Facing an Olympic gold medalist and 2-time heavyweight champion is a monumental step up. Fans see Paul's courage, but they also see the glaring gap in skill, experience, and power. Even as a decent boxer, Paul is nowhere near AJ's caliber. Every sparring session, every analysis, and every knockout clip reinforces Joshua's dominance. This is a David versus Goliath scenario, where Paul's effort is admirable but insufficient. The hype, the bravado, and the YouTube fame all pale in comparison to real championship prowess. Fans are left in awe of AJ's supremacy, and Paul's looming humiliation feels inevitable.
He's expecting anything from Jake Paul. Like, he's fighting an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. This YouTuber. Like, do you know what? You got to take your hat off to Jake Paul. He's done amazing. He's done very well. And even me, I don't think he's a bad boxer. You know, I actually think he's a decent boxer, but not on the caliber of obviously Anthony Joshua. But
Duke McKenzie cuts straight to the chase. Jake Paul isn't just outclassed, he's a wannabe stepping into a ring with a trained powerhouse. Anthony Joshua's preparation, skill, and instincts make him untouchable. Fans see the sparring KOs and realize this isn't exaggeration, it's a brutal reality check. Paul might have courage, but courage doesn't stop punches from an Olympic gold medalist. Every step AJ takes, every punch he throws, exposes Paul's limitations. This is the stark contrast between hype and true elite skill. The message is crystal clear. Stepping into Joshua's ring is stepping into a storm, and Paul's bravado is no match for a real champion's devastating power.
I don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul lightly any way, shape or form, and he'd be so easy to hit. You're talking about a trained athlete.
The sparring clips, expert opinions, and brutal analysis all point to the same reality. Jake Paul is completely outclassed by Anthony Joshua. AJ's power, size, technique, and experience make him untouchable. Fans have seen Paul humbled, exposed, and publicly dismantled. This isn't just sparring, it's a masterclass in dominance. From Okoli's KO to Bellew's size breakdown, every moment screams that a real fight would be catastrophic for Paul. The YouTube hype, bravado, and social media fame mean nothing against a world-class Olympic champion and heavyweight legend. This is the ultimate David versus Goliath scenario, and the outcome feels inevitable. If you think Paul stands a chance, think again. Anthony Joshua isn't just fighting, he's schooling, humiliating, and reminding the world why he's elite. Don't miss the next updates, sparring reactions, and full fight breakdowns. Hit that subscribe, ring the bell, and join the discussion before the world sees Jake Paul's ultimate reality check in the ring.